The average American reads about 2 books per year. The average CEO reads 52 books per year. That is 1 book every week. So I decided to set out on the same challenge. 1 book every single week. And here are the 4 main lessons that I learned. Check it out. So the very first benefit of reading that much is that you get to absorb the knowledge of a lifetime compressed in just a couple of 100 pages. Almost all great minds in the history of mankind have preserved their thoughts, ideas, and learnings in books. Books are really your chance to learn from the smartest, most successful, most inspiring people that ever lived. And yet, most people don't actually take the time to pick up a book and read. Just take this guy for example. Do you know who that is? That is Sam Walton, founder of Walmart, who is by now the most successful company in the last century. In 2017, Walmart was the company with the highest revenue in the entire world, as well as the most employees in the world. Now, wouldn't you agree that this is a guy worth learning from? And yet, how many people do you think have read this book? Sam Walton's autobiography, Made in America. In this book, he goes on and shares literally everything that he has learned in decades of business experience and being one of the most successful entrepreneurs of all time. So if you want to benefit from lifetime's worth of experience, you have to read. The second reason why you should read every single day of your life is that it broadens your horizon. It can be pretty easy to get stuck in a rut. We go to a job where everybody does the same as we do. We usually date somebody who is similar to us, and we even surround ourselves with friends and family who share the same thoughts and belief systems. And since all of these people are so similar to us, it is also fair to assume that they consume similar media as us. That fact makes it so important that we also engage with things that are a little bit outside of what we are usually getting in contact with. We certainly can't be scientists, business people, movie stars, and pro athletes all at the same time, but we certainly can learn from all of them through books. Books are a great resource to learn from second-hand experience. This way you can broaden your horizon in literally any field without having to spend decades exploring it yourself. Reason number 3 why you should read all the time, and this is actually my favorite, is that it trains your mindfulness and presence. We all live in a time where it is normal to consume media without giving it your fullest attention. We have our TV on in the background while texting somebody on our phones, while reading something on our laptops. And keeping that in mind, it is not hard to imagine that all the information that we are being bombarded with every single day doesn't consciously reach us. So what I discovered reading does is that it reminds you what it feels like to focus on just one thing, 100%. Reading really teaches you to be mindful to the process of reading in that moment. Because if you are not present and focus on the words, you won't get the information there. And the really cool thing after reading for a few weeks then is that you get to take that mindfulness and apply it to other areas of your life. I, for example, noticed that I pay more attention nowadays when I'm talking to friends, when I'm watching TV, when I'm being on my laptop working. I only do this one thing and I don't get distracted that easily anymore. And reason number 4 why you should read a book a day is that you learn to go deep. Now, what exactly do I mean by that? Well, if we want to learn about anything, we have to dig deep. We really have to get to the root of things. But we live in times where most people don't want to go deep anymore. Half of the population gets all the news from their Facebook feed. People read Trump's tweets and think that this is actual politics. And they watch YouTube videos thinking that this can actually replace education. Now, I realize that this is maybe a weird thing to say in a YouTube video, but with the content I create here, I try to inspire you guys to actually go and dig deep. And books are simply the best way to do that. If you, for example, want to become a brain surgeon, you also realize that it is not enough to watch a couple of YouTube tutorials, but you actually have to sit down for years and study. And I simply wish that people applied this kind of thinking to more areas of their lives. Whether it is their finances, their relationships, their health, if they really want to understand those areas on a deeper level, they need to read books about it. So definitely don't be afraid to go deep, and you might actually be surprised how much knowledge is out there that never makes it onto social media because it is simply too complex for that. I truly hope that this video inspired you guys to read a bit more, and if you did like the video, feel free to subscribe down below to my channel so you get more videos including my favorite books in the near future. Until then, talk to you next time.